It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka who the hell leaving all these used bottles around? Stupid. Aka Mr. Cooler Side of the Pillow, aka the 270 times social distance champion, aka somebody left the stove on. AKA the Nickel Master, bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sights, episode 92 to be exact. Today's date is February 18th, 2021. In terms of the world, well, I could keep telling you the same thing because that's what it is. Depending on where you're at right now, considerably worse, even, at least specifically in Houston. I guess there was a whole incident in terms of power outage due to the winter storms going on out there. I guess Texas wasn't prepared for this kind of weather. Because I'm at least personally, I'm from Michigan, so I'm used to that cold life. I'm used to being in an igloo. I'm used to making it's what I'm thinking about is funny, but what is I forgot what they did in Alaska, or I'm probably misremembering more than likely, but making some blubber sandwiches. Let's say making me some blubber sandwiches. I know that much. Got some Siberian Huskies that we'd sled around if we had to go to the store. So I was prepared for it. I guess Michigan as a state overall has been prepared for it. So with that being said, at least in a more semi-serious note, is that pretty much the whole state of Houston has been without power for the past 3 days. I think earlier today they started getting power. I'm assuming some places may possibly still be out, but pretty messed up, and all because of the fact that at least in terms of an engineering standpoint and protocols for if weather got severe as it did, nothing. They had no precautions that it's never gonna snow in Houston. Well, that climate change is a bitch. I'm just saying. So thoughts and prayers going out to all the people that are dealing with that. That's for sure. Because it's one thing to not have power, but then also to not have power and it'd be ridiculously cold, seeing stuff on Twitter and various news places with freaking toilet water is frozen, places inside the house is frozen in terms of the ceiling fans and whatnot. It's crazy. Faucets literally frozen in terms of the water coming out. And then a lot of stories about people's pipes breaking, or I think more than likely is gonna break after everything thaws over. So it's all bad. I definitely personally felt it at work, because at least where I do work, our company is they have a headquarters in Houston, and that holds a lot of our key staff and employees and stuff. So pretty much when that went out, it's funny. I make this funny correlation that just came to my head. It's like the snap happened, where pretty much literally almost half of everybody from the company just vanished, and now we're left with trying to do our best with what remains. And then the blip probably comes back, and everybody comes back again. So it's funny, but not funny at the same time, of course. So we got it handled, though. We look out for ours, you know. So yeah, outside of the other worldly stuff, you know, Rush Limbaugh died. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah. So, also, what else? Oh yeah, speaking of that situation, what freaking Ted Cruz just, you know, oh man, it's getting, man, Houston is getting crazy out here. Let me go ahead and go to Cancun real quick. I ain't built for this. Just leaving. That's real messed up. And I think he tried to spin it and say and claim that oh man, my daughters, they wanted to oh man, my daughters, they wanted to you know, have fun, so we all went to Cancun, right? We went to Cancun, and you know, we just gonna celebrate there. So yeah, that's what we gonna do. You can't write. You can't make stuff like that up, man. You really can't. You really can't. But I digress. In the gaming realm, though, there was some stuff popped off for better and worse. Mostly worse, at least this week. But we will get into that very shortly. Yeah. So without further ado, let's stop the dilly-dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. Nintendo Direct. So in the typical Nintendo fashion, Nintendo, you know, the day before, they was like, hey, you know, we got a reveal coming. We got our Nintendo Direct. Be ready. Everybody like, oh shit. Let me get. oh shit. oh shit. Oh. It's like, what are you doing? What are you? Oh shit. Oh, that is so dumb. oh shit. Like you were doing something really important. Oh shit. But I digress. So, Nintendo Direct was like 50 minutes. Well, that shouldn't be killing me, but it is. Nintendo Direct started off 50 minutes, and they popped it off with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, at least what it looked like, as somebody who's never played that series in general. At least it seemed like it was a trailer, maybe for some DLC or something like that. Then further into it, it was like, we're missing Pyra. Where is Pyra? Then I guess Rex is his name. He's looking for Pyra. I can't find her anywhere. And then you come to Pyra. Pyra like, I gotta do it.
Oh, hey Rex. I got this invitation to Smash. Yeah.
And man, I was just, the disappointment in my face was just immense. I just felt so defeated. I thought, if anything, the day before the day before the Direct, Dante was trending on Twitter, and I guess that's not really indicative of the likelihood of him being in it, but it's a clear indication of at least what majority of the fans want. I would say maybe that's not the best accurate representation, but you know what I mean. At least it's a good gauge or indicator, if anything. So we get Pyra. She at the same time though, she does look pretty cool. Like she does seem like she's pretty fun to play, but this is like what the 20th anime sword fighter in Smash. I mean, I know Dante is a sword fighter too, but at the same time, there is a lot of potential where he could have been very diverse in terms of he has sword master. I forgot all the gunslinger. I gotta do it. Sword master, gunslinger. What was the other one? Royal guard, trickster. You're welcome. So you had those. He has all the diverse set of weapons, Agni and Rudra. Got Cerberus, you got the Beowulf, I mean, other games made slight deviations off of them, but essentially they were more or less kind of the same weapons, even though 5 really went off on it. They went off. They went off the cuff, and I appreciate them for it very much. So you have all those diversities, and especially considering like how he plays in like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the possibilities were endless. You could definitely make him a very viable, fun, interesting character that also sets him aside from another typical sword character in Smash. So to that defense, to that case, that is my defense against that statement. She could switch to Mithra too, which I guess those are 2 people that assist you in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Again, because this is somebody who's never played those 2 games, so we just have too many anime made knife sword characters. Let's get this diversified up more or something. I'm just saying. So I forgot how many we have left. Smash Pass 2. So let's see. So we got Min, Steve and Alex, Sephiroth, and now Pyra Mithra is the 9th character. So we have 2 left. I believe the time frame was all before this year. I think by the end of this year or something like that. So yeah. Them 2 characters can be fire. I feel like they had to have gotten the worst out the way with Pyra Mithra. At least from kind of, putting my ear to the ground, if you will, in terms of other people, in terms of their interest of it. I would say this is probably one of the weaker characters, but there's a lot. It seems like a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles fans really are happy for her to be in. So on that respect, I am happy for you, but at the same time, another damn anime sword character in Smash. We've had enough. Stop it.
I said enough.
I'm over it. Stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please. I'm begging you. But at least Pyra Mithra, like Pyra is the she's a flame based. It seems like she's more hard hitting, and then Mithra is like lightning based. It looks like, and she has a more quicker, faster attacks, which is pretty cool. So I'm a mess with her, but I mean, I'd rather mess with somebody else. I'm just saying. It's like I'm gonna take it, I guess, as I already paid for the season pass. So yeah, well, you can't win them all. Hey, them Xenoblade Chronicles fans eating though. Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicles. I mean, even as a fan of Fire Emblem, I'm like, come on now. We got a little too many. We got too many Fire Emblem characters in here, right? We need to mitigate all these people coming in. Next in the direct, they also I think literally a surprise to no one. Fall Guys is getting ported to the Switch summer 2021. Totally a perfect game for the Switch. Cutesy, easy to access, very simple controls. It was a given. It was a given. It's also coming to Xbox as well. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to fall. If you want to fall and you're a guy, hey, your wishes have been granted. Then Outer Worlds coming in summer 2021. Personally, I tried out this game before. I was not a big fan of it. Maybe it was just something that wasn't clicking with me. Maybe I wasn't in the right headspace. I don't know. But I hear this is one of the best games ever made. I just couldn't see it. Maybe my glasses were a little too foggy or something. I don't know. But there you go. And then there's two Famicom Detective Club games coming to Switch as well. I guess these were like from 1980 something. 1988, I want to say. Something like that. But basically, long time coming. It seems like it's kind of up my alley. I could kind of be in the mood for that. Localized and modernized, May 14th. Then Samurai Warriors 5. That's definitely on my radar. I've been at least lately out of the Musu game, but you know what? I'm looking to get back in. Like I'm in a action movie. I've been out the game for a while. I'm looking to get back in. No word on if this is gonna be multi-platform. I would assume so. Maybe at the worst, it's probably timed exclusivity. To be honest, it looks pretty good for the Switch. I like the design seems to really suit the Switch a lot. So we'll see how it turns out. But I would assume at some point at least we're gonna get this for other platforms, since that's always been the norm. Yeah. So then Legend of Mana is getting ported to the Switch. It seems to be up-resed and not remade, but up-resed ideally, where it seems like the sprites are the same but the environments are different. So that's cool. I've never gotten into the Mana series, but I hear this is from the PlayStation. This was originally on the PlayStation and is now getting ported to Switch, so it's probably likely gonna come to the other platforms as well. We got a new Monster Hunter Rise trailer, and it was spectacular. Got a couple of new monsters, new and return monsters. We got what is it? We got Basarios. I know he's been in stuff. I think they confirmed not Devil Yo, but what is the damn it? Not Rathalos. Demon something. Devil something. The wyvern that charges at you like a bull, and I cannot remember it for the life of me. Demon knows something. You know what I mean. Then we got Rachna Kadaki. Rachna sound like sound like a teacher reading kids' names for the first day of school. Rachna Kadaki. Here, Rachna Kadaki. So it looks like to be a subspecies of the Nursilla, I think. I think there was a spider before that too, which I can't remember. But either way, Rachna Kadaki. I keep questioning how I'm pronouncing it. But hey, there you go. We got Spider's back. Spider's back. Oh yeah, he's gonna fucking web you and disable you, and then he got fire. That ain't right. So he's a fire spider. That sounds dangerous. Basario's back. He looks pretty similar. Volvadon the armadillo. I think he wasn't in world, but of course he was in Ultimate. I think that's his last appearance. They show the new locale. Well, I guess more or less kind of the Monster Hunter standard of locales, where I think we seen the standard like starting locale, which is pretty neutral, and then I think they showed the icy locale, and then now they're showing the desert locale, and they also, I think they showed the volcanic locale as well, and they're showing all Mudron. Gotta do it. All Mudron. Man, I felt kind of powerful when I said I need to do it one more time. All Mudron. Oh, that's kind of like Optimus Prime. All Mudron. Roll out. It could use some work, but all Mudron. He looked kind of cool. He's like a poopy dragon. That sounds like an immature little kid. Is that Dad? Can we play with the poopy dragon? I don't know, son. I don't know about that. So he seems like very mud based, and he can raise these mud pillars. It seems like he's got some potential. He looks to be like a distant subspecies of possibly nurse. What is it? Not Nergigante. I want to say that, but not that. And I already said Nursilla. Najarala looks somewhat like a distant relative to some extent of that. But it's his own thing. And then they go into the rampage mode, which they still don't explicitly state what it is, but it looks to be like a mix. It looks like it's a mix of, it's like hard to define actually. It's like there's more than one monster that comes in the area, and you're defending an area for sure. That's what it looks like. So you're defending an area. Actually, I'm gonna play this in slow-mo. I want all these details. What is super slow? So yeah, you got Anjanath. I don't even think they confirmed him yet. Anjanath. What is that? That looked like a new monster. Maybe that's Midazune. So you got Midazune, Anjanath. It's like 3 monsters. Rathian. Yeah, 3 monsters. You're defending a location. It seems like you're trying to defend your home from getting breached to some extent. And then got this dude hitting a gong. I don't know what that means. Just it's like five. You got Kezu. You got this monster. I don't think that's a new one. And you got this other dude flying. That's like three. So it seems like three monsters at a time. It feels like it might be potentially a survival thing. How long can you last until how many monsters can you defeat, and how long can you last until they breach your home, maybe? Because I'm curious what separates this from, like, let's say a standard hunt where some hunts you can hunt like a ton of monsters at once. So like in this one, they're showing like two of those new spiders that I can't remember because the name was hard to pronounce. And they keep trying to breach in. So that's telling me it's definitely some defense, but to what extent? And this was actually pretty dope. Got to do with the switch X. He just parried this damn the monster I can't pronounce, the one with the horn, like a black dad. And what that damn monster with the damn horns? Which one is that one? I'm like, it's a lot of them, Dad. It's a lot. And then they show the monster mounting, or what do they call it? Monster control. I forgot what it's called, but basically the Rajang is back. So get ready to throw them controllers out of frustration. I guess they showing Apex, so they did confirm that Apex, or it pretty much confirms Apex monsters are going to be in this now as well. And then at the end they show the two girls, or I forgot what they call them, but basically the two assistants, if you will, at your village. It seems like maybe they can partake in that mode, maybe, or most likely, probably if you're playing single player, you can probably get assistance from them or something like that, I would guess. But it's looking great. It's looking great. I don't know what this mode is for sure, but it's looking great. It's looking good. So yeah, you got that. Mario Golf Super Rush. Not my cup of tea, but hey, I know there's some hardcore fans out there. One of those modes did look pretty cool, where I think they call it speed golf or super golf, where basically you golf, and when you what do they call it? See, that just shows how much I know about golf. When you hit the ball, you run and get it. So basically, you hit the ball, run and get it, hit it again, run and get it. Try to hit it the fastest to the goal while you're running after each hit or something like that. That's the least impression I got from the trailer. Tales from the Borderlands coming to the Switch. Capcom Arcade Stadium, which had an assortment of arcade titles, but I don't know, man. It's like this doesn't even feel worth it to me because it doesn't have The Punisher or Aliens versus Predator. So it's nothing to me. I'm still going to download it though. It's free. I think it's like a weird cabling tier in terms of how you can buy it, I believe, where you can get, I guess, different packages that cater to, the genre you prefer. I'm assuming there's like a beat 'em up pack and then a like shoot 'em up pack or something like that. So you got that. Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse get support. So this is a game back in the, I forgot how you define the generations now. Basically the PS2 Xbox generation. They're porting this in, and boy, it does look rough on the Switch for some reason. I'm assuming maybe it might be the same for the other consoles, because they did confirm also coming to the Xbox and the PS4. And of course, No More Heroes 3. No More Heroes 3 got a trailer. It got a trailer. Moe. And it's great. You saw some good amount of gameplay. A very generous amount of gameplay. A lot to divulge. I'm playing that slow. I'm playing this slow. You hear me? I'm playing it slow. So of course, the plot. Then yeah, it seems like it has a lot of cool things you love and know from the series. Signature combos, the beam katana, assuming you probably get various other ones. I think I saw he had a super long beam katana. Hey now. Yeah, he got the wrestling moves, doing suplexes and shit. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cutting them up. Yeah, he had a super long one, and they did confirm that like the I guess the typical game flow of the previous No More Heroes is back, where you basically do various odd jobs to earn enough money to buy in to the next ranking fight, which is essentially the next boss or level, if you will, in like I guess standard game fashion. It's kind of unknown if they're. I don't think they confirmed if it's gonna still be like free roaming like the first one, or if it's gonna be what is it? Free roam like the first game, or more what's the word? More linear like the like 2. Both I thought were okay. I mean, both had their like plus and minuses, I'd say. I will say out of the 2 I did slightly like the second one more because it was more structured. There were like collectibles and stuff in the first one though too, so I mean it's kind of give or take. I say if they did free roaming, it would if they did more with the worlds to make it more, I guess, livelier, that might work. But I don't know. I think otherwise, I think going linear would probably be the way to go. So we'll see what they do with that. But yeah, they have like some of the weird odd jobs in here, like picking up various trash, mowing the lawn. What else? This is a new one, rock mining. And I guess I think this is gameplay where he's riding his bicycle. His motorcycle. And then, of course, the ranking fights. It's, man. I'm sorry, man. I am a sucker for Suda 51. I'm just going to say that right now. Just the weirdness is just up my alley. It's like almost on some Adult Swim level type stuff. Like out of nowhere they're playing this game of it seems like musical chairs. I wonder how that's gonna come into play. And then there's like this creepy vibe of, I think what I heard is this is a reference to one of the older games he was playing, or he did make back in the day. And then a freaking Final Fantasy VII reference. With the font and the UI, it's so good. And now he's a goddamn robot. He's a goddamn mecha Travis. I mean, come on. This is like a weeb's dream. This is a weeb's game, You got Travis butting his head against this alien monster. They just having they like, oh, I'm about to beat your ass. Oh, I'm about to beat your ass too. If you guys want me to narrate any games, I got you. Then I guess this is a new addition. They have his death glove, which I guess it pretty much technically got introduced in Travis Strikes Again, and now it seems to be fully utilized, where it seems like you can do various mechanics with it. Like it seems like there's one with his hand, there's like a time looking one, which I'm assuming slows down time, a foot one, which looks like it presumably maybe gives you faster speed. I don't know what this pink one is, but interesting. Interesting. And you can upgrade all that. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Mm. Mm. I want it all. I want it all. Mm. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm sorry. It's so good. August 27th can't come soon enough. That is when the official release date is. It does, admittedly, it does look a little rough. So who knows? Maybe we'll get that Switch Pro by then. Whatnot. Who knows? Who even knows? But it looked a little rough. But who knows? I mean, this could be just pre-built. This may not, obviously, is likely not the finalized game. There's probably still some polish that could be done to like bring it into full realization, if you will. So there you go. There you go. And then right after that, which was a pretty actually interesting game that like it is just so weird and unique that it's like totally piqued my interest for sure. Neon White. You hear that distinct voice of Steve Bloom out of nowhere. It is super weird. It's like a shooting game with cards. You get jumping flash vibes, definitely Killer 7 vibes if you play that. That's at least my first instinct for sure. I guess with the whole assassination kind of vibe and just the weird kookiness. But it is weird. It's like cards. And then on top of that, there's like, it seems to be like, what do you call those games? Romance games, whatever, where you're talking to people. It seems like there's maybe some interest there. It is just weird enough to be very interesting for me personally. So this is supposedly supposed to come out summer, which is winter, which is pretty much now. So I don't know what's up with that, but Neon White. I'm interested. Then what after that? DC Superhero Girls Team Power. It was very meh. Probably maybe not going for my demographic, that's for sure. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. I thought this was I guess is the sequel to the Garden Warfare one, I think. Or maybe this is totally different. There was a Miitopia, which is basically like supposedly an RPG where you use your Miis as like the characters. That does not interest me at all. I'm very curious if I would like to know of a person that is very hyped and interested for that particular game, because I don't know if they do. They probably do. I think anything, there's probably a big enough fan. Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's Mario theme items. I guess the biggest, I think, surprising one for a lot of people is the warp pipe, where I guess I believe you can like use it anywhere within your Animal Crossing village, so you can get probably really creative to that extent, I'd assume, as somebody who's not actually that's always been my problem with creative games like Minecraft and stuff like that, where it's like, personally, I like direction in terms of like, I have a set goal I need to do. Because if I feel like I don't have a goal, then I don't feel necessarily any encouragement to play, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's always been my issue with like fully creative games, where it's like you have no direction, where it's like, oh, all right, go ahead. Like, I don't know what I want to do. So, which is why I did stick with Animal Crossing, because there was a sub goal technically, at least, because technically I reached the credits with I think the ultimate goal, more or less, is to get Tom Was it Tom Nook? No, a KK slider to your island. And then I saw the roll credits. I was like, oh, all right, I did it. And that was it. And that was like 40 hours. So, I mean, I'm like, I'm okay with that. Of course, there's stuff you can do after the game or end game, technically, but more or less. And then this this game, probably one of the best titles of all time. Project Triangle Strategy. Like, let me even try to like Project Triangle Strategy. Like, kind of. I mean, if you put some confidence behind it, Project Triangle Strategy. It kind of works. I mean, if it, I mean, it isn't the you know the final title, but it's funny either way. I'm trying demonic.
Project Triangle Strategy.
No, that goes better. Project Triangle Strategy. I got a little depressed after that. Got a little depressed at the end, but you know. Star Wars Hunters. They said this is a third-person Star Wars shooter. I guess okay. Knockout City. It was like a weird ass trailer for this. It felt very I feel like the word I want to use is obtuse. Let me actually do some. I've been guilty for using words that I don't actually know that I've like sound appropriate. Maybe not. Yeah, not insensitive or slow. Slow to understand. I would make an argument that would be the case. So I think I luckily did use it correctly. I do feel obtuse is a pretty accurate statement for Knockout City trailer. So basically it started off with all these like random generic, characters of subtype of game. You had like a US military dude. You had 16-bit girl. You had a World of Warcraft orc. I mean, that's pretty much the best. I guess a orc, but it looked like it just came from World of Warcraft. You had the joke I think was going around, lightning from Final Fantasy 13. So you had all these people. They're like doing this weird like mock interview where they're like, we're not in the game right now, so you can let your real self go, whatever. So, they're talking about all this random stuff and like, what do you want in the game? I want a game where you can, I forgot what they said, but you can like, I'm totally ridiculously paraphrasing. You could beat the shit out of somebody with a ball or something, I think. That's probably not accurate, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. So you have that. And then they start showing a gameplay of the actual game, where they show the dude throwing a dodgeball at a person. You're like, oh, okay, so this is a dodgeball game. And that's pretty much what it was. And then they were just showing it in the perspective of these people, which just didn't really make sense. Why would you? It was unnecessarily meta for no reason that even paid off at all. It just, I think, confused people more than actually got them interested. But at least from the gameplay standpoint, it did seem pretty damn interesting. So like, because I don't think it's not that many dodgeball games. Like I think the River City games, and yeah, like throwing dodgeballs. One cool thing is like, I think maybe it depends on the character, but you can pass the dodgeball. You can also turn yourself into a dodgeball. I think, I'm not sure if that's dependent on a character ability or something. Glide and then turn yourself into a rolling. Yeah. So then he threw the ball at the other person and they did this special move where they turned a bomb, and it definitely, it looks pretty fun though. It looks like playing it will be pretty fun, but I do not get the perspective of having these game characters playing As you got a football dude, Max Splints. Gotta do it. Max Splints. that don't really change. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it from a marketing standpoint, it could have been I think handled a little bit better. The trailer was just unnecessarily misguided, it felt like. But you know. Hades getting a physical release. You got the compendium, so you got the physical they called it a compendium where you have pretty much all the characters in the game. So, you know, hey, if you thinking Aphrodite, you know, oh, man, she looking real cute. Hey, you can lick the page all you you can lick the page all you want. Lick lick the page until the ink until the ink falls off. What is very funny about that is like I can literally see somebody doing that. Literally just bought that solely for that reason, just to lick lick the page with Aphrodite on it. I hate it. I hate the fact that somebody is more for sure gonna do that. I hate it so much. I really do. Like right when they get it home, they're like, "Oh yes, yes, worth the price of admission." I don't like it at all. I just want to let that be known. I may have put it in the universe, but I don't like it. World's End Club, which I guess is possibly a sub story of Danganronpa. I'm probably wrong, but I believe it's made by the same people that made Danganronpa in Zero Escape. So you got that. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. So basically Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Sigma 2, and Gaiden through Razor's Edge. At least initially announced for the Switch, but it's also coming on Xbox One, PS4, and Steam June 10th. So I hear, at least for the Sigma games, is kind of divisive. I believe in some of the games, the original version is considered better for some strange reasons, which I'm not sure. I believe part of the I guess disdain for the Sigma versions is that like they're more toned down in terms of violence and blood and gore, which I mean that's admittedly kind of a shame. Sigma 2 over, at least folks in the thread getting their input on it. Yeah, I'm curious. Now I'm very fascinated. Why is not, or just the differences? Because I think we can. No. Because I know there was a lot of added stuff, but I think it's not as hard, kind of. Sigma 2 is a complete redesign of the main game. Yeah, so there's no dismemberment, blood. Yeah, it's a lot of differing opinions, and it varies between the two games, it seems like. So basically it's easier on Sigma. Yeah, it seems like just some mechanics make the game easier when you're playing Sigma versus the vanilla games. Huh. Yeah, in certain aspects. But less health, less damage. It seems to be all over the place, really. It seems to be kind of divisive. Hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like either way. I mean, it's definitely good we had. I think it's probably these are probably stuff the uh general public wouldn't even care about, but um yeah, I think it's very divisive. That's probably it. Some people probably have a issue with one another. Yeah, I'd have to. I haven't played the Sigma versions. I played the vanilla versions. I played vanilla 1 and 2 and Razor's no, the original 3, which was pretty bad, but I hear Razor's Edge is much better. But some people are claiming the Sigma versions aren't as good as the vanilla versions. At least it seems like in terms of specifically like game differences in terms of like structuring of the game, or I would assume pacing in terms of enemy layouts and stuff like that, which I think that gets a little iffy, but at least for what it's worth. Then the official DLC expansion pass for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which I think understandably so pissed off a lot of people because clearly Nintendo Direct, you're expecting some heavy hitters, and hey guys, hey, Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, all right, let's go. What? Bravely Default 2, I think that's coming out this month. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, that's coming out as well this month. It looked okay. I'm not sure about the design. At first, it seemed okay, but now the more I'm looking at it, I don't know. Saga Frontier Remaster, I guess this is like a big series back in the day to some extent, but I'm not 100% on that. Apex Legends, March 9th. I have to say, for the Switch, it's looking real rough. It's looking real rough for the Switch. It's looking real blurry. That resolution looking real low. Feel like seem like that game is like playing at 640 by 800 or something like that resolution wise, cuz boy, I mean it's running though. I can think they said there's like a 2xp weekend or 2xp event for the first 2 weeks. If you play it on that platform, I feel like I might potentially just play it out of just genuine pure curiosity of how it actually runs, but it's definitely gonna be 30 FPS. You can kiss that 60 FPS buttery goodness goodbye if you play it on the Switch, unless we get a Switch Pro or whatever that will be, if that ever comes to be. And then this is probably the biggest killer of the event. Actually, they brought the director of Breath of the Wild. Wow. You know what? There's probably a porn that probably is that. Let's be honest. Breath of the Wild 2. The director, he showed his face. What did he say? He's like, "Hey, all. I'm super paraphrasing. I know that seeing me, you think that you will get more news on Breath of the Wild 2, right? Well, actually, we won't." I was kind of messed up, but I mean, it's like I guess you really it really wasn't no way to kind of I don't know, come off better about that. But yeah, he's like, unfortunately, we have no news at this moment regarding the game. We're still working hard at it, and we'll let you know later in the year, something like that. But what we do have for you is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD on Switch. And I think, I'm not sure of the general reception of the Skyward Sword. Actually, let me check Metacritic. As somebody who's not actually gotten fully into Zelda, it's one of my shameful, my guilty backlog games for sure. What is it? Let's see. Metacritic. I hear at least it's not one of the best. I don't know. 93 on Metacritic for the Wii. I mean, at least at the time. Yeah. So, I mean, it's technically, at least from an aggregate review standpoint, it's pretty good. But, I mean, I feel like when you're comparing Zeldas, it's like almost they're all good games. I would assume. I don't. As somebody who's not fully beaten. Yeah, have I not fully beaten a Zelda game? I have not. I put like 20 hours in the Breath of the Wild. Never came back to it. I put a lot of time into probably roughly the same-ish for what was it? The Super Nintendo one, but I played the Game Boy Advance port version, A Link to the Past, and I got like to the underworld, and then this was when I was way super younger, but I was crossing the street to get my hair cut, and then it was like a busy street, like a really kind of dangerous busy street. I was running across the street to get my hair cut, and then like how my pockets was set up. You know, I had my Game Boy Advance SP. You already know, had it, compact in my pocket. Had a couple games, and I crossed the street, and what do you know? I see my Legend of Zelda just sitting there waiting for its immediate inevitable doom. And sure enough, like a whole onslaught of cars came and just destroyed it. And like, oh my god, oh, and that just totally ruined Legend of Zelda for me. I'm like, well, I'm not playing that again. I mean, the cartridge was destroyed. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Someday I'll revisit and face my demons of the haunting of the backlog of Legend of Zelda. At least from what I played, I was definitely very engaged and was enjoying my time, but that totally killed it for me, man. I was like, you know what? Well, looks like I'm not playing Zelda for a while. I had admittedly probably soured my taste with the whole Zelda series in general, to be honest. Yeah, just that loss. Just, I don't know, maybe I took that as a sign or whatever, but yeah, so a little random trivia for you. Splatoon 3 at the end. We have one more game left. Splatoon 3. It was a very weird trailer. It came off like, I know there's a lot of jokes like Fallout, Splatoon, Fallout. But yeah, it seemed to kind of insinuate that it's like, it may be going to be more single player content rather than like the fully multiplayer focus of the previous games. I think for 2 there was some DLC that was single player, I want to say, but yeah. So you had I guess the couple minutes of the game starting out where you create your character and your little companion. You go on this random train where you got this fish that just hates life, and then you got your little companion. he's just chipper and giddy and, excited for the world that awaits him. And then you come, I guess, it seems like a new location. It seemed kind of similar to the Splatoon 2 locale, but I think it's pretty different. And then that was it. Splatoon 3. I think they showed a little bit of multiplayer gameplay, but nothing too different. But yeah. And that was it. Nintendo Direct, everybody. Seemed like the Japanese Direct had a couple interesting exclusive stuff. Shin-Chan game. So if you were a fan of Shin-Chan, the little boy that like poke his booty out in front of people, that's the only thing I remember from that. I know that show, it was syndicated on Cartoon Network. I think one of those early morning shows like with that and like Hamtaro and stuff. I want to say. I could be totally wrong. Caligula Effect 2. I'm not sure about this one. I need to jog my memory. I doubt I've played this, but it sounds familiar. Caligula 2. Yeah, this is super Japanese. It's always a high school. It's always a high school. Can we stop this trope? Oh my God. Everything is in a high school. There are people that aren't in high school anymore, There are people middle-aged, living with, daily life. How did I know it's freaking set in high school? Oh my God. All of this childhood angst. What is our fascination with this? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't know why I went why I went off like that. It wasn't warranted. It wasn't warranted. The inner turmoils that students go through in school, trying to find themselves and, not sure what college or life direction they want to go with. It's tough. I understand. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have went out of place like that. I apologize. I sincerely do. Yeah. Oh yeah, real quick with No More Heroes 3. Man, Henry cooled down. So if you play the games, this is Travis Touchdown's rival brother technically. This design, they went off on it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not sure about this whole third eye thing though. This little icon on his forehead. But hey. And let's just touch on the voice actors real quick. Robert Atkin Downs, the iconic character that brings Travis Touchdown to life greatly. I'm not sure about Max Middleman. I don't remember him. He might have been in the Travis Strikes Again stuff. Paula Tissot, Sylvia Crystal. Mark Allen Stewart as Henry Cooldown. I think he was somebody else before. I can't remember who it was before. But Wooly Wool from Wooly Versus, his tweet was pretty accurate as hell. It's like, for sure, rival brother aesthetic. You love it. Dante and Virgil. What's another iconic brotherly rivalry? I can't remember. Those at least are the ones that stand out for me personally. Travis and Henry, Dante and Virgil. Ain't that right, Virgil? Let me stop. At least for the Zelda fans that were immensely disappointed. I mean, on top of that, this is the 35th anniversary for Zelda specifically. So a lot of people were definitely expecting something for sure, which, it seemed like it. We didn't get much for the 35th anniversary. I'm not sure when that exactly is, but I think it's coming up at some point. So my guess is that there's going to be like a specific direct, kind of similar to the Mario 35th anniversary direct, where it's just going to be all Zelda related stuff and probably like a Zelda All Stars. That would be perfect for me personally, as somebody who's yet to get into like the classic coveted Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, and those titles. So I'm a hold out. I'm a hold out. Maybe at some point play finish Breath of the Wild, and yeah. But it is highly rumored that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD collection will at least for sure be ported. I think it's still up in the air if Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask will be also in that mix, but I think it's been a long time for those titles specifically. At least if the Super Mario 3D Super Mario All Stars Super Mario 3D All Stars collection is any indication, I think that could be a possibility as well. Considering what we don't know about Breath of the Wild 2, so at least there's you got Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. At least this is a joke tweet by Andy Robinson on Twitter. For those disappointed with the Skyward Sword remaster, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are 100% coming this year. So that's at least one good 3D Zelda. I'm curious which one that is because I don't know. But I feel it seems to be very divisive in terms of favorite Zeldas. Well, I don't know. It seems like the consensus is between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. At least from somebody from the outside looking in. I think the 3DS one, the A Link to the Past sequel, I think that's also been very coveted as well. But I have to do my research, do some research, look on the top favorite Zelda titles. Also on Twitter, Tom Phillips from Eurogamer, I believe. Yeah, Eurogamer. He replied to somebody's tweet from Cheesemeister. Well, look on the bright side. If you already have the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Wii U, there's no need to rebuy them again. And then Tom Phillips like, see you in a couple months, smiley face. Like, oh, wait a minute. That same guy. Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh. And yeah, that pretty much concluded the Nintendo Direct. No new hardware. Nintendo kind of squashed that earlier, I think this year, that there wasn't going to be any new hardware, or the highly rumored Switch Pro, which we still don't know what that is. If that's just like a dedicated dock that will boost your already existent Nintendo Switch, which I think that's probably the most likely thing, because it would then put more focus on the home aspect or console aspect of the console, which most people want anyway. I find it hard to believe that they would completely abandon the Switch, the already existent Switch base, especially from a sales standpoint as well. Considering how strong the Switch is selling, I think it's even still beating. It's been hitting the top. I think it's technically been beating Series X and PS5 as well, because I think for the PS5 and Series X, they do also have the, I guess, adversity of having a limited supply and just coming out the gate as well. So trying to meet the supply with the demand that is probably exponentially out of this world because of the quarantine situation too. So there you go. Oh yeah, man, Metroid fans, I feel for you. I am sorry. My condolences. Hopefully we'll hear some stuff. Nothing, even not even a crumb of Metroid news. That's tragic, man. That hurts. I feel for the hardcore fans for sure. I know Metroid Prime 4 had some trouble development where I think they pretty much had to do like a Resident Evil 4 where they had to basically go right back to the drawing board and start from scratch because at least what was presented wasn't good enough. So I'm guessing that most likely is what's factoring in on the development hell, if you will, of Metroid. So feels bad, man. Nintendo fans are feeling it today. I mean, and I don't mean that in the best way. I mean, as a whole, personally speaking, on the Nintendo Direct, it was very, very, very meh. It was very mediocre, I'd say. It had some highlights, at least for me personally. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. No More Heroes 3, at least getting some more gameplay and stuff with that. Monster Hunter Rise, getting a new trailer. Samurai Warriors 5 as well. Those are at least the highlights for me specifically, but not near enough, to, I don't know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, verify a direct. I mean, but who knows? It seems like a lot of JRPG fans specifically, it feels like this is definitely calling to. So probably a lot of them are probably losing their shit now with some of these like super old remakes, like what was the one? The Saga Frontier Remastered Collection and stuff like that. Legend of Mana. Is that what it's called? Legend of Mana port remaster. So hey, if not for me, I'm happy for all the people that got the games and announcements that they wanted, though. Especially, of course, Project Triangle Strategy. Oh yeah, that demo is actually out too. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. So basically, it's whatchamacallit, the Octopath Traveler with that design, but as a RTS. So I dabble in RTSs. So I mean, hey, that might get me. So cool. So that pretty much covers the Nintendo Direct. I really went in depth with it, but I needed to. I needed to criticize it, and just go into it. Reckless abandon. That's what you got to do. Okay, moving on. That MK trailer dropped today, and I saw it, and it was pretty good. I have to say it was pretty great. For a Mortal Kombat movie, pretty good. Pretty damn good. Just to refresh my memory, because it's been a minute. One thing I do know that did catch me off guard, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, is that they ripped my man Jax's arms off. Ripped him off like right at the beginning of the trailer. What's up with that? Why they gotta rip the black man's gotta rip the black man's arms off? What'd he do? Man, they just so I'm sorry, I'm getting too personally invested. I'm going into it, but so basically the trailer started off, Jax is investigating this place. It was all icy and stuff. So obviously Sub-Zero pops his ass in, and Jax was like, "Oh, let me shoot you with this shotgun real quick." Sub-Zero like, wait a minute. So like right when the shots come out, he which is pretty cool actually. He froze all the bullets and then the gun, and then he grabbed his hands, froze his hands. Jack's like, "Oh my god!" And I swore I heard Steve Harvey right then and there. Then he busts his arms, and the trailer starts off from the perspective of this dude. I think his name is Ethan Cole. I believe it's Ethan Cole. So he's some original character that doesn't exist or is new for this movie in the MK universe, I guess. I guess he's, stereotypical character that's new to the universe like we are, and is meant to provide us an insight on the story of the in background of the characters as if we're him kind of thing, I guess, which it's okay. If they do it right, I think it will work, but I don't know outside of that though. I'm not sure about that. I liked it, Hex. I liked it. I'm interested. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. I don't know. It's like some games and movies I could see that where it's like it's definitely a higher standard. But I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. I don't know. It's Mortal Kombat. I guess maybe my expectations aren't as high, but even though Mortal Kombat does have some interesting story beats and stuff and narration in terms of like the single player stuff. So Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. All right. So, you got that, and then, I guess he has this weird thing on his chest that got the Mortal Kombat icon. So I guess he's destined to be in Mortal Kombat or something like that. I guess he's an MMA fighter, and then I guess they go to presumably the Mortal Kombat tournament. I guess that exists still or something. Then he has this premonition about Scorpion. I guess is probably his son, maybe. I don't know. They show, I guess, the scene of what's his name? Scorpion. He like shooting people in the head with a spear and stuff. That's kind of cool. Stabbing people, bleeding all on the shutters. But outside of that, you get Kano, Liu Kang. You get Steve Harvey. Oh man, those memes are gonna be like fire. The memes are gonna be in full force. I can't wait. The Steve Harvey memes are gonna be relentless. I know it. But Jax has his cybernetic arms, so I guess they kind of redid his origin story of how he got the arms, because I think it was originally when he was fighting Kano or something like that, and he lost his arms that way to some extent. It was something like that. I'm totally not fully versed on the MK lore, but I think it was something way back where he lost his arms that way. You got Kung Lao. You got Raiden. I'm liking it. And then, of course, you got Sub-Zero and Scorpion duking it out. You got Melina. I don't know. Melina looking a little weird, though. I'm totally fine with the ethnic change in terms of her being black now. But the teeth not looking as, her mouth not looking as, her mouth don't do, When they say what that mouth do, I don't know about Melina, though. I don't know. I mean, in general, Melina mouth don't do, but her mouth is not as terrifying as it is in the game. So I believe the director said that there's more to it or something, or maybe there might be a origin story that will make her mouth more Tarkatan like the games, but we'll see. I don't know about that. You got Shang Tsung. I think, is that Smoke? That's what I think that's Smoke. That could either be Smoke or Sub-Zero, I guess. They did have show. I think that's Reptile, unless they're maybe a descendant of Reptile, or maybe they're taking like the inspiration of I think one of the 3D Mortal Kombat games did it, where they did a more, I guess, reptilian take on Reptile, if that makes sense, where he looks more like a reptile than an actual like ninja with reptile like abilities. But then they had Goro back. This was pretty cool. They had Sub-Zero with the sword, generating the ice sword. That's pretty dope. And then of course, yeah, Sub-Zero, Scorpion duking it out in this ice facility or something. I'm not sure how I feel about the I feel like they kind of referencing Scarlet to some extent. That's kind of cool, I ain't gonna lie. Where he cuts Scorpion and the blood comes out, he makes a dagger with it, stabs him. That's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. He makes throws his ass through the damn freaking frost field. And then of course, Mortal Kombat is not Mortal Kombat without a Get Over Here, which is thankfully they put it in. You can't. That's a rule. You cannot have a Mortal Kombat movie without a Get Over Here. It ain't Mortal Kombat without a Get Over Here. And they did. They delivered. So then they just did like a straight up like gore reel. It felt like towards the end, where everybody just getting decimated. Oh yeah. And you got Kano at the end. I finished him or something. He's like, oh yeah, this is good. Got somebody's heart. Hey, I'm saying Mortal Kombat, at least from what I expect from a Mortal Kombat movie, it seems like this game is checking off all the marks, in my opinion. You got the blood and gore, you got the combat, and hopefully good fight cinematography, choreography. And you got at least good references to the games, which I think, all things considered, at least going by this trailer, it seems like what this movie is gonna have. So personally, I'm excited. Day one. Also, it's going on HBO Max, so no worry about risking your health for it too. That's a given for me. If it was just a theater thing, I'm like, yeah, it's going to have to wait. But thank God for this deal with HBO Max, because that's day one for me, April 16th. So good job. And I think on Twitter the director is really excited about the reception he received from the response to the trailer. But I mean, from a Mortal Kombat, what I expected from a Mortal Kombat movie, this is delivering so far. We'll see when it fully comes out, but I'm excited. Probably one of the weirdest or concerning omissions, though, is that there's no Johnny Cage. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. My hunch, suspicion, I guess this is technically maybe potential spoiler territories. I think this, who's that dude, Cole something? I think his ass is going to get fatalitized. I made it up, don't worry. He going to get fatalitized, and then, we might get like a Marvel-esque mid-credit scene where, Johnny Cage makes some like corny one-liner. It's like, looks like you guys are ready for some combat. And then, Actually, I love that very much. I'm not gonna lie. After I see it, I'm like, yes, all right, that's all I needed. Happily walk out of a hypothetical theater if things were, ideal world. Yeah. Actually, let me brainstorm real quick. What would be a funny one-liner for Johnny Cage to cameo? Looks like you guys need to need to uppercut out of here. I guess he got over there, and then he looked at the camera weird. I don't know. It could use some work. I'm sorry. Yes, I wanted so much. Or just no, that'd be kind of out of character for Johnny Cage. But like that, Cole dude is fighting somebody, and then Johnny Cage comes out and then beats his ass, and then punches him in the nuts, and then does the iconic. Well, I guess that's Sub-Zero's, but either way, he could just rip. No, that's Kano. I forgot what is Johnny Cage's fatality. He could do the kick. He could do the shadow kick through his chest, and then fatality, and then Johnny Cage makes the comment like, "Whoa, looks like you're not gonna be in the next movie." Ah, yes, that's it. That's definitely Johnny Cage breaking the fourth wall. Yes. Director of Mortal Kombat movie 2021. If you're listening, hey, I'm here. I should be charging you for that, but this time I'll make an exception, just for the betterment of the movie, to get the train going, and then after the fact, I would like my royalties up front. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Moving on. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. I love it. I love it so much. Konami, that company. So the rumors earlier, a couple episodes ago regarding Silent Hill, the rumors of Silent Hill coming back, they seem to keep getting more and more solidified, because supposedly, according to VGC, Konami is looking to outsource their IPs to some particular publishers. So, according to Andy Robinson, I've updated my Silent Hill piece with additional context on Konami's strategy via well-placed sources. Konami cooled on outsourcing IPs after Metal Gear Solid Survive and Contra flops. Supermassive Silent Hill pitch turned into dark pictures. Plans to outsource Castlevania and Metal Gear Solid 2. So, I think that in of itself further adds credence that I think that I see that town, Silent Hill. I think it's time we're going back, y'all. We're going back. In my restless dreams.
I see that town. Silent Hill.
I feel like that's too aggressive. In my pleasant dreams. I gotta do it as a woman.
In my pleasant dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
I don't know why I got nerdy, but you know what? I'm just gonna just keep it rolling. Yeah, I feel like Konami would be dumb to not keep these IPs going, because they have such an installed fan base and dedicated fan base that it would be kind of dumb for them not to continue these series in some way, shape, or form. At the very least, making ports of the existing games. Hopefully it's not anything like that Silent Hill HD collection for the 360 and PS3, because that was, let's not do that, but keep it original and everything be good. I think they lost the source code for those two games or something like that. I think that's why it was so botched, but hopefully they can do something better, maybe find some way to reverse engineer or something. I don't know. But I think that either way, that adds a lot of validity to the Blue Point Metal Gear Solid remake rumors, as well as the Silent Hill rumors, where I think it was rumored that game is going to be um, developed by Sony, or no, I think the studio that used to be Team Silent that I think made themselves into another studio or something like that. So I'm excited. Dare I say, I'm motivated. So, hey, there you go. Konami is back. Not in the way we don't want, though. At least they outsource their stuff and we don't feel as bad of, hesitantly supporting their IPs or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean. Moving on. I guess kind of sticking in the same vein, Bloober Team is working on a horror title for more than a year with a very famous publisher, which also hints at Silent Hill. So this could possibly be the team that is working on the Silent Hill reboot or whatever it's going to be. We don't know, of course, but I don't know. I feel like I really hope it's the Team Silent people or former Team Silent team that's working on Silent Hill. That seems to make the most sense of who we would want to reinvent Silent Hill would be the people that kind of know it best from developing it before. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not true. But yeah, then the fact that it's a psychological horror focus is the mention of the title. So we'll see. We'll see, at least touching on that. What else? Got my stuff mixed up. Moving on. No More Heroes 1 and 2 have been rated for PC. Been rated for PC. Just want to make that clear. So, again, I may be No More Heroes shield, but I'm just saying. Haven't played No More Heroes, you should play it. That's all I'm going to say. It's a great game. Very satirical of very funny satire of being like a otaku or a nerd, hermit, whatever you want to call it. I've already, praised this game enough. So, but normally if it's being rated by the ESRB, that's a pretty good indication that it's likely a given. And then also on top of that, it did get it is currently on the Amazon Luna. If you want to torture yourself, I guess. If you want to do that, there you go. If you want to torture yourself, by all means. I don't know why you would, but maybe you want to. I don't know. I don't know your life. Do what you want to do. If you want to play No More Heroes on a Amazon Luna with some weird. To be fair, I haven't never played on the Luna, so maybe it could be fine, but that's weird. And I guess that's also another topic to bring up is that I think these are this is a weird trend that's going on where like games are now getting, they are getting this weird timed exclusivity from a PC standpoint where you're restricted to only playing on streaming platforms until you're then able to play on PC, which is super weird because that just doesn't really add up, but whatever. So maybe that's why we haven't heard about any release yet as of now, but I feel like this definitely, we're gonna get this. It might potentially be after 3 comes out, or probably before, but who knows. But I'm curious what they're going to do with the PC version. My biggest curiosity if there's going to be like some Wii remote support, since I think technically the Wii remote works on PC, because that game definitely shines with the Wiimote nunchuck controller combo. But if they have some other motion equivalent that might be equivalent, and then at worst probably there would be an awesome dedicated modder that might mod it into. So I mean, there's a lot of options, but if you don't even care about that, I know, at least speaking from the Switch standpoint, the controller controls are actually pretty good and make a lot of sense as well. So you guess you really can't go wrong anyway. So I mean, worst case, you play it on controller and it is still pretty good too. So you still feel the immersion, if you will, from playing those games also. So there you go. Just the PSA that you've been skipping out on No More Heroes. I mean, you really pretty much have no excuse now. I'm just saying. I've made my point. Then coming this weekend, technically, the second round of Japan Fighting Game Publishers Roundtable Round 2. That's a mouthful. It's coming February 21st, 2 p.m. Japan time, or JST. I wonder, what does that translate to in... That's today? In 10 minutes from now? Wow, okay. Well, there you go. So, wait, no. That's totally wrong. Let me rephrase that. So, Japan time to Pacific time. That will be February 19th at 2 p.m., I think. That seems to make more sense. I don't know about Japan time. I feel like they're ahead of us. So that actually might be right. Either way, Japan Fighting Game Publishers Roundtable. I mean, from last Japan Fighting Game Publishers Roundtable, it was some pretty decent stuff there. What we got at least the initial announcement of King of Fighters 15. We got Kunimitsu for Tekken. We got what do we got? The Warden announcement from For Honor in Samurai Showdown. What else? Oh, Street Fighter. Oh yeah, Street Fighter was a little kind of messed up though. They just gave us an announcement for an announcement. So basically, we're gonna actually announce next Tuesday. So please tune in then. Like, what? Come on now. It's like you everybody brought something to the party and you just brought I brought myself. Yeah, I'm just saying. So hopefully, hey, I'm gonna put it in the universe again. Kiryu for Smash. Or no. Actually, Kiryu for Tekken. Maybe Smash. Put Kiryu anything. I don't know if Nagoshi is the difficult person that's not making this happen, but somebody needs to make that happen. Please make Kiryu for Tekken a reality. Please and thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so there you go. Cool. So, Xbox out of nowhere, they decided to just drop. They just decided to drop their damn headset out of nowhere. So I think announced earlier this week they announced the Xbox wireless headset. And I guess the very interesting part is that actually it technically was revealed like way back before the Series X was coming out. I think last summer. In the one trailer with is it Daniel Kaluuya, the guy from Get Out, the main character from Get Out. They he was showing him he was in it. He was playing. He was jamming. He was getting headshots. He was getting Kilimanjaros. And then, the whole time he was wearing the Xbox wireless headset and nobody like noticed, which is pretty, I have to say, pretty immaculate marketing, depending on how you see it. But especially with considering our current climate now in terms of like leaks and trying to find out details about stuff, people just totally wrote it off. Looks like just a generic headset, and then lo and behold, that was actually the headset he was actually using, which Xbox did confirm as well. So crazy stuff, but it does have some compelling features as a traditional headset that might compete with a lot of others, especially at the price point of $100. It does have Bluetooth and I guess the Xbox proprietary connectivity, functionality, which a lot of like headsets at that price range do not have. So that's actually probably the biggest aspect going for it right now. But we'll see when the reviews come out how it actually does shape up. But at least off of what they're showing already, it seems to be even better than the Pulse headset for the PS5. So we shall see. Pretty interesting though. Sold out immediately, which is crazy for a headset specifically. Well, I guess the PS5 headset also did sell out pretty quickly too. So I guess I can't really say that. I mean, I feel like COVID is like totally like just made everything scarce. We still have the graphic card issues as well as the console shortage issues, as well as pretty much anything pertaining to all those, whether it be motherboards, CPUs, hard drive. Well, no, pretty much mainly mainly CPUs. Power supplies, interestingly enough. So it's all bad, man. All these, we need to defeat the robots. we need to defeat the robots. We need to defeat them all. I just say that and go into a Walmart and just say that and do intercom. We need to defeat the robots. We need to defeat them all. Like, what? Who is this? Hey, so there you go. Since I'm running over time, we're gonna skip. I was gonna go over the MPDs, but you know what? Maybe I'll save that for next episode. If it's not as popping as this. Let's get in real quick to what I've been playing, which has been Call of Duty. been playing some Modern Warfare real hard. And it is great. It is very great. I'm trying to get to rank 200. I guess that's technically the ideal cap you want to reach before the end of the season, which ends but next week. So I'm at 180 right now. I'm gonna get to that 200. Don't even worry about it. Easily. I've been weirdly like getting all the medals for the camos for the weapons as well, the weapon classes. I recently completed the LMG. Now I'm on to the marksman rifles. I'm just begrudgingly doing this crossbow one. It's probably one of the most hardest of the challenges, I'd say, because the crossbow has a pretty steep learning curve, I'd say, but I'm working through it. I got all the long shots. I'm working on getting the mounted kills, which is just annoying. Infinity Ward, just stop making this tedious and dumb. And I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm doing it because I just want to give myself direction. I don't know. Don't ask me. Also, was playing some Resident Evil 4. Since last episode, I went ahead, did all the mercenaries again. It actually was. It's still fun as hell. I cannot even lie. Just doing all those challenges, and then also we're playing Resident Evil 4 on professional now to get that achievement and fully complete the game. I cannot explain to you why I keep playing this game, but I mean, I can also say it's one of my favorite games of all time. So I mean, if you put 2 and 2 together, you might get 4. It's good. It's good. If you haven't played Resident Evil 4, you probably should. That's all I'm saying. And that's it. So moving on to media real quick. WandaVision, episode 6, I think, came out last week. Pretty interesting episode. Spoilers from WandaVision if you haven't seen it. But if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? What? WandaVision. This episode was, I guess, a Halloween episode, technically. You have freaking Quicksilver from X-Men, which is I'm still trying to grasp that. Just it actually happening. It's still hard for me to grasp personally, but you got Quicksilver, and they're doing a format of kind of like Malcolm in the Middle. I feel like that's the biggest reference in terms of the TV show they're kind of making fun of. So you have that, and then they go trick-or-treating, and then you get some hints about the credence of the Mephisto rumor of Quicksilver being Mephisto, or basically not him, actually Quicksilver. So we'll see if that comes to be in these next couple episodes. I think there's 2 episodes left. Then the Vision attempts to try to get out of the field, and then realizes that he's when he gets out, he slowly starts deteriorating. So that definitely solidifies that he's not alive, I guess, outside of her bubble. So you get that. What else was like really revelatory? The one rumored woman, Agnes, who might be the one witch or assistant to Mephisto, if all that comes to be in this universe. It was some interesting stuff they did with her that adds more credence to that. Yeah, she might not actually be under the mind of control like everybody else, that she might be just trying to play that role too. So yeah, and then towards the end, they pissed off Wanda real hard. So she got pissed, and then she that power was unleashed. She increased her bubble, and it got bigger, and it engulfed, what's her name, the one nerdy research girl. She got sucked in. She's like, oh, fun. And then she got grabbed in. Who knows what's going to happen to her in this next episode. So all in all, pretty good episode. Some lot of new revelatory stuff. It definitely keeps you on the edge of your seat about what's going to happen. Are they actually going to, take the comics from what has happened? And I think the biggest reference of this TV series is from I think the comic House of M, I want to say, in terms of the comic standpoint, if they're actually going to do it, if they're not, or if they're going to do a spin on it or whatever. So I'm loving it. This is I didn't think this was going to be that good, to be honest. Like, I thought it was going to be like very, very optional, but to be honest, it's very pivotal. Very, what's the word I'm thinking of that I forgot? Let's just say important in the story of the next like Marvel related IPs and movies coming forward, which that's the one thing I always like about the Marvel movies, how they're all interconnected in some way, which it feels like this is living up to that tradition. So Attack on Titan. I mean, it was okay. It feels like it's starting to lose its steam in these episodes, or at least this one in particular. Well, the past few episodes weren't as, I guess, I don't know, interesting. I couldn't even tell you what really happened in this last episode. They captured Aaron. I don't think he was captured before. They were thinking of what's his name was proposing a scenario where they would I think it was some weird intricate plan where they would kind of turn on themselves to some extent, which that just shows you how much I took from this episode. So we'll see next episode. I don't know. Then The Boys. I finished season 2 last Friday, I want to say. Man, this show is excellent. I really wish I kept on or I caught on this train when it started, but hey, I'm glad I got on when I did. Cause man, as somebody who's not familiar with the comics and stuff, pretty damn fascinating in terms of not seeing this type of portrayal of superheroes, outside of the standard Marvel stuff, but seeing like superheroes that are like bad technically, and then that like kind of flips your head and thought process into like thinking about superheroes in that general term, like, well, more or less superheroes in a realistic world rather than like a more or less fabricated one, which is overall pretty fascinating all in all. And just all the developments and it's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Looking forward to I think it's inevitable at this point, season 3, whenever that is. I think this season 2 was last year, like in December-ish, I want to say. So I'm ready. Whenever that comes out, I'm ready. I'll be there. And I caught some movies with some friends over the weekend. X-Men Dark Phoenix. Yeah, I was like, I know that movie is bad. I watched it anyway just out of curiosity, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I think it's technically not canon anyway as well. So, I mean, there's really no reason to. I think it was also during the deal with Fox making with Disney, which in turn gives Marvel the rights back of the X-Men franchise. So pretty much that was almost done, and then Fox was like, look, we'll just release it anyway. So I think they could have saved the movie, but they just like, well, we don't care. They're gonna buy us anyway. So you could definitely tell it very much so. Had some cool moments, I guess, but overall, pretty bad. And then The Hills Have Eyes, which is just, I'm not a big horror movie fan, more or less, but yeah, it was some close to disturbing stuff, I'd say, in there. I guess they hit some themes of rape and of course the traditional gory stuff. I guess basically the general plot is that you go to this desert area and you're traveling, and then this gas station clerk says, hey, if you take this shortcut into the he winks in the camera, the hills, you'll get there much quicker, cut like 3 hours of your time. Then okay, all right, we'll do that. And then they do it, and then all terror ensues after that, of course. So traditional horror movie tropes where it's like, don't do that, and then they do that, and then they do it again, and then they do everything that you don't want them to do, and yeah. But has some interesting aspects to it in terms of, like, I guess, the perspective, if you will. Don't want to go too much into it, but man, yeah, that's why I don't watch horror movies that much. But I made some exceptions, actually. I've watched like all of Saw, and man, that's like that's like horror porn, man. My goodness. But yeah, so I mean, I ain't no bitch, but I mean, I'm not on my own accord gonna watch horror. I mean, unless it's video game based, that's very weird to me. But unless it's video game based, where I guess I have this like immediate fabrication that it's like not real and that there's no way it could be real, even though it's technically not real in a movie form. But yeah, more or less. And that's it. That's been all of what I've been up to since last episode. And I think that will conclude episode 92 of Swish's Sights, because we are way over time. Wow, this is probably the longest episode I did. I went all in on Nintendo and it deserved it. I'm just saying. So, that's the wrong one every time. Thanks for watching and or listening on your respective platforms. I greatly appreciate it. If you are listening on any of those platforms, feel free to like, rate, and subscribe. Any feedback is appreciated, good or bad. You can also catch this podcast live on Twitch TV/aswitch, where I ideally stream at least as of late, kind of around 7-ish with my job and other responsibilities. But hey, I'm gonna still get these videos out anyway. You can also catch recording archives of this podcast as well on YouTube at youtube.com/aswitch as well. And other than that, I think that will conclude it. What is it? I forgot the slogan. What is it? Damn it. It feels like it's been so long, but it's not. Don't cough. Don't cough. Don't touch people that don't want to be touched. Get your game on. Oh yeah. Nobody's safe.